I'm back with another video. Now this is a little lengthy video, not too lengthy like the last video, but it's lengthy. The deserved end of Prime. I've never drunk in a Prime drink before, and I never will. I just don't think it. But anyways, thank y'all for all the support in the last video. Thank you for all the support in all the other videos that I stuff in my mouth because I'll eat animal crackers, so don't mind that. Anyways, oh, duh. Follow the Twitch. We are live on Twitch as we speak. Follow the live channel also, so you can see the Twitch videos, the videos that I react to, or the games I play on Twitch. You can see on the channel just in case you don't want to watch Twitch ads. You know, I don't have no ads. Anyways, let's just get into it.
Logan Paul and Prime have gained the reputation of how to not successfully run a business over the past couple years. As in early 2026, the company has faded out of the spotlight more than ever before, to the point where stores are practically handing them out for free due to the fact that you couldn't even pay someone to drink a bottle. Now, it's important to mention the faces behind the business in the first place: Logan Paul and KSI. Even though KSI has a fairly good reputation in the public eye, the same can't be said for Logan, as he didn't only film a body in the woods, but he also did multiple scams.
You can do that? Yo, y'all want to do that? No, I'm just fine.
In the woods, but he also did multiple
Yo, hold
scams.
up. What's going on with this right here?
Like
Like that's on the left side of my screen. Like,
major crypto one, and so much more throughout his entire time on the internet. And these are all things that would pose red flags since the brand's conception in 2022, when Logan Paul and KSI would announce their product live on Instagram.
We have created our own drink company. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, other than the fact that this company was owned by one of the most controversial people on the internet, Logan Paul, this seemed like an extremely good business model, and something that was destined to succeed due to them both being some of the biggest personalities on the entire internet. And it's safe to say that shortly after launch, the company would do just that. It was quite literally the biggest influencer product of all time.
Bro,
you had kids.
My brother and sister bought Prime. It just don't look appealing. Like, it looks appealing, like the bright blue, the bright colors look appealing, but like, bro, when I saw that shit look like those popsicles, those red, white, and blue popsicles, I immediately knew they're not gonna be good. Even though I love the red and blue popsicles, don't get me wrong, but like the red, blue, and white popsicles, but like, come on.
Running into stores to try to get their hands on Prime as soon as it dropped. Every time there was a new restock, you had people waiting outside the stores just to get their hands on it. It was quite literally just like Gucci back in 2017, but a beverage. There would even be a scene in South Park about the drink, just to give perspective on how big this actually was at the time.
Wait, even South Park still makes, they still make episodes? I thought they been stopped.
Seemed at this point that Prime was just too big to fail. That would prove to be extremely far from the case. Numerous allegations regarding the product would begin spreading all over the internet shortly after it was launched to the public. Some of these allegations were just from random people on the internet trying to get some views or make some money off of the controversy, while others were already established creators who either had legitimate reasoning for calling out the product or were just trying to tear Logan Paul down. One of these people was Ludwig, who would claim that even though Logan Paul is constantly promoting Prime in every piece of content he does, he only pretends to drink it by filling it up with water.
I talked to Logan about this. I asked him straight up. I was like, yo, you ever have like a few Primes in a day and you start buzzing off that shit? Because I never looked it up. I just stopped drinking it after that. And Logan, obviously in Logan fashion, he's like, no, dude, I'll have like fucking 6, 7 a day. Fucking don't even bat an eye. And I was like, okay, all right, damn. But that same day, he had a Prime on the set with him. And we were doing a contest where we had to use those little like needles to like crack open from the Squid Game cookies. You know what I'm talking about? And Logan Paul was the only one who was allowed to have a drink on the set. They took everybody else's drinks away because they didn't want us to use water to cheat. Being a fucking cheater, I decided to grab Logan Paul's Prime and I wanted to use it to like help my friends on my team beat the puzzle. That was what I was trying to do. So I sneakily grabbed his Prime and I was gonna put some in the cap. But when I did, I noticed the color was weird, and I took a sip. It was water. Logan Paul replaced...
Wait, hold up, bro. Pause. Hold up. Time out. You knew it was another grown-ass man's drink. You decide, I'm not going to use it to drink it. I'm going to go ahead and cheat. So you cheat, but you see the color doesn't look like Prime. So instead of just using it to cheat like you was already gonna do, you decided I'm gonna sip behind another grown ass man and I'm gonna drink it. Everybody, make sure you stay in school. Make sure your grades are great. Make sure, you know, you have no problems in life, all right? Because
the Prime with water. So I'm pretty sure that motherfucker is lying, and if you drink a shit ton of these, you start buzzing. Because he replaced that shit with water straight up on my fucking mama. I'm telling you, he did that shit.
Now, this was actually a pretty serious allegation Ludwig was throwing around here, because if what he's saying is truly the case, and Logan Paul isn't constantly drinking Prime as he presents it in his content, then that would raise a lot of concerns about the product, because him and KSI are always presenting Prime as a healthier alternative to other hydration and energy drinks on the market. And Logan himself has also even stated numerous times in his content before that he substituted all of his water drinking with Prime, which, you know, is probably partially a joke, but still, that's part of the marketing. That's part of the way he's promoting the content. And if the kids watching him hear him say that, then maybe they're gonna try to do that same thing, substitute all of their water with Prime. It sounds absolutely crazy and unbelievable, but there are kids that look up to Logan Paul and are that stupid to where they would actually do stuff like that. But with that, Logan Paul just being
this is
himself.
why I don't want kids. They're actually, like, kids are actually dumbasses. But, like, of course, I respect kids because I was a kid one time too. I was that dumbass one time too. But they low-key be doing some of the
on his
shit.
podcast, would of course
I
have
would
to
not be
address
able to
all
sit
these
there.
allegations Ludwig made about him, only making things even worse for himself.
I go online the other day and I see this dude Ludwig preaching to his audience about how I don't actually drink Prime. And by the way, this is a narrative that like
actually, or
people really try to start this belief that I don't drink Prime because.
And he was saying that like in context, like full on. He was saying you don't actually drink it.
Well, here's the context he gave, which lacked context, but enough context to get people to believe him so he could get the clip. Ready?
Oh no.
Okay. In the box video, I walked in with a Prime. It's a Mr. Beast video. It's gonna get 250 million views. I want people to see my product. Bro, always plug. From day one.
Yeah,
vlogs,
I saw that.
Always plug. And I drank the Prime in the first, 30 minutes, hour, whatever.
I remember.
And Jimmy's team was bringing water bottles to drink. That was what they brought us to drink. So my options were drink out of the water bottle and throw the Prime out, or pour the water in the Prime, so I at least am still marketing my product in a Mr. Beast video, but there's water inside it. So,
Fair enough.
So, and by the way,
That's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Of course.
that's elementary marketing.
Yeah.
Elementary marketing. But it fits that Logan doesn't even drink his own product narrative perfectly that people who hate me love to say.
Oh, wait, so they were dissecting.
I don't know, man. I don't know who to believe for real. I can't say who to believe because that's what I was not even there.
Like the color of the liquid inside of the.
So evidently,
Oh, no.
in one of the challenges, he admitted that he went to go cheat because it was the cookie challenge from Squid Games. The cookie challenge from Squid Games. So bro, he goes, yeah, I'm a cheater. Of course I'm a cheater. I went to go cheat and I went to go take a sip of Logan's Prime. And he goes, but in it was water. He was trying to wet his mouth. And he goes, and there was water in it, and it was water because I filled it with water so I could plug my product.
Hold on, let me move my camera back just a little bit because that shouldn't even do nothing for real. All right, whatever.
In Mr. Beast
Yeah,
video.
that's such a good plug though,
It
because
just
he
looks
went
like
for
it's all over my
hydration
face.
and he went for Prime and not water. But yeah, I get it.
Regardless, it was. But for him, at least on his stream, this is a mic drop moment, right? So his audience is like, ah!
It's a gotcha.
I seen it already shared in like all these other videos. I'm like, fuck, bro.
Now, this isn't where it necessarily got bad, because what Logan Paul said here actually did make a lot of sense. What he did was essentially just marketing 101. As he stated, he still wanted to promote Prime, so he used the water bottle that they gave him to just fill up his Prime bottle. It just makes a lot of sense. But things would really get bad after he would begin commenting about Ludwig himself.
This dude, Ludwig, accused me of cheating in this game, accused me of rigging Mr. Beast challenge, said I knew the challenges ahead of time. And then in this clip, admits to fucking cheating. I was in the box with you, Ludwig, for 36 hours, bro. You saw me drink Prime afterwards. A lot of it. And yet you have the audacity to genuinely go in front of your audience to try to convince them that I don't drink my product, which is an awesome fucking product. And so he talks shit.
Bro, does this nigga have paint on his clothes? That's not what I was about to say. Damn, I forgot what I was going to
about
say.
me. He
now.
lies.
This is
He's a
why-
hypocrite. He farms his clips, and now people believe this thing.
In my opinion, if Logan didn't add all of this extra stuff right here, his response to the situation between him and Ludwig would have been perfect, because he would have simply just been defending himself and his product. But him adding on all of this extra stuff about Ludwig and trying to accuse him of
like, honestly, I could tell when niggas don't want to drink the drink. He does not want to drink the drink. I think he's just there because, you know, his boy right there, Prime, he's the owner of Prime. Bro, he doesn't look like he drinks Prime. Let me be real. Things
that genuinely don't really matter at all just kind of showed how big of an ego Logan Paul has. And it's not only a bad look on Logan anymore, because this entire situation is also attached to Prime. If one of the main people behind Prime is doing all of this childish stuff, it's only going to drive more and more people to not buy the product. And a lot of those people are the older people who are watching Impulsive or seeing the clips that actually have the money and power to buy it more often. It just makes Logan look extremely immature, regardless of if he's right or wrong in this situation. And that's something that Ludwig would clearly understand whenever he would respond to this clip.
Anyway, after he called me a blockhead beta bitch and talked about me for 10 minutes on his podcast, he factually right after talked about how he thinks the moon landing isn't real. This is also the guy who filmed a dead body and also the guy who released a...
Bro, do you see that comment?
The guy who filmed a dead body and...
Look at this guy right here. He's probably a grown-ass man grinning behind the screen. Hold on, let me type this up real quick. Like, bro, are you serious, bro? You're a grown-ass man.
Also the guy who released a lunch package with mold, and also the guy who sued someone for making a video essay about him, and also the guy who said that a woman boxer shouldn't be able to win the Olympics because she's, and get this, a woman. So, you know, I'm good. But the thing that people don't give him enough credit for is that he made a game that's really fun and you can make money. Doesn't get enough credit for that. I think Logan thinks that I am mad because I had a suspicion that he had extra information in Mr. Beast's video. Many people in the box believe that, but I wasn't pressed about it. I just thought it was a fun story.
Now, even though I do think Ludwig was more so right in this entire situation, and overall took the more mature stance in the way he presented himself, I also kind of disagree with what he said at the end there, because he stated that the only reason he brought all of this up, all of this stuff about Logan Paul filling up his Prime bottle with water, was because he just thought it was a fun story, when in reality, that's not the case at all. The reason he brought it up was to try and take a jab at Logan. You know that, I know that, everyone knows that. He even stated it in that original clip, that he wasn't talking about it all originally because he didn't want to give Logan or Prime a bad look until Logan began doing more scummy stuff, and that gave him the go-ahead to tell this story. So yes, it was definitely a jab at Logan and Prime. However, this beef between Logan and Ludwig would prove to be the least of Logan's worries, as Prime would begin to face backlash on a much grander scale. People all over North America would begin calling out Prime for promoting their energy drinks to kids, these drinks having over 200 milligrams.
Bro, like, genuinely. Okay, I have a question. I've never gotten this, so I'm a. Why does it really matter? Now, you can like check me in the comments and say, dumbass, it matters because blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, it's an energy drink. But the thing is, like, what if like the parents just step up and be a parent and don't buy it for them? You know, a kid. He can't go to a 7-year-old kid can't go to the store by himself and get a Prime drink unless the adults take him or something like that. So like, even if it is promoted to kids, why does this matter? Cause like Fortnite's promoted to kids and they have like a new collab every week to get kids to spend more money. Shit, they used to take my money for them battle passes back in the day, but not anymore. I haven't spent money on V-Bucks in like forever. But like, why does it matter if it's promoting to kids? Unless it's like some scummy stuff like, okay, you know what I'd say? Damn. I just answered my own question, guys. Let's continue the video.
Grams of caffeine, which is the equivalent of 6 Coca-Colas.
YouTube stars Logan Paul and KSI founded the beverage brand. The drink comes in 2 forms, energy and hydration, but it's the energy version in neon-colored cans that has Schumer concerned for younger consumers. A 12-ounce can of Coke has 34 milligrams of caffeine. An 8.4-ounce can of Red Bull has 80. And a 12-ounce can of Prime Energy, 200 milligrams.
Shit.
That is too much
That's way too much. I thought you would die with that much.
for any growing child. And that much caffeine can cause some adverse effects, such as disrupted sleep, mood disorders, upset stomach, even abnormal heart rhythms.
The warning label on Prime Energy notes it's not recommended for people under 18, but Schumer says the warning gets lost in the advertising.
Now, there really wouldn't be any good way for Logan to respond to this, because the marketing they've been doing for Prime Hydration and Energy is practically the exact same. They're promoting both of these products to kids, teens, and young adults, and you can clearly see that through the editing, the music, the fast pacing that they're doing in all of the TikToks.
Selling energy brand in the world versus Prime Energy. They're both the US version and they're both 12-ounce cans. 160 calories versus 10 calories. Ooh. 38 grams of sugar versus 0 grams of sugar. What? 114 milligrams of caffeine, we got 200 milligrams.
Ain't no way.
And when it comes to electrolytes,
Bro, like, look at this
15
dick
milligrams of
sucking. Like, I
caffeine,
know
we
this
got
is
two-
your product too, but it's like, bro,
100 milligrams.
Ain't no way.
And when it comes to electrolytes, 150 milligrams of electrolytes, we double it, 300.
Oh my God.
Point is, we're so much f***ing better.
Yeah, Logan, maybe you're better at giving kids heart issues, because I think that any rational person would agree that giving kids energy drinks like Prime that has over 200 milligrams of caffeine is a bad idea. Like, if you're a healthy adult and you like energy drinks, I completely understand. That's fine, and you also have free will to drink them if you want. But whenever you have Logan Paul and KSI doing these promotions that are clearly mainly targeted towards kids, it's just giving
Bro, that
a
was AI.
terrible
I'm telling
doing
you that
these
was
promotions that are clearly mainly targeted
yeah, that was AI.
kids. It's just
Oh my gosh, I know when to point AI.
giving
out.
a
I'm getting
terrible
good at this.
precedent. Companies like Red Bull clearly
All right, what's going on, my audio?
target older aged people. I would say they reasonably target people that are young adults and above. And you can clearly see that through the marketing and the things they're constantly doing. And also, I mean, the can looks like a thing of battery acid. It's not bright and vibrant and looks like a fruit juice that, you know, kids would see at the grocery store. Yet, Prime is still continuing to do these business practices, probably because it's the only way they've been able to generate revenue after all of this bad press has come out, including probably the most damning allegation that's come out against Prime ever since it launched, which is the immense amount of microplastics and forever chemicals that are in the Prime Hydration drink, which is something that tons and tons of people would talk about all over TikTok, and Logan Paul would even respond to.
Not only is there a lawsuit against Logan Paul's company Prime for there being PFOs, which are forever chemicals, in the Prime Hydration drink.
All right, let's talk about this. First off, anyone can sue anyone at any time. That does not make the lawsuit true, and in this case, it is not.
There's claims that PFOS or forever chemicals come from plastic. So in this case, they're not talking about the actual drink, the liquid Prime. They're talking about the bottle that Prime is manufactured in.
This ain't a rinky-dink operation. We use the top bottle manufacturers in the United States. All of your favorite beverage brands, Coke, Pepsi, Tropicana, Dr. Pepper, they use these companies. If the product is served in plastic, they make a bottle for them. Accordingly, we follow Title 21 for the Code of Regulations for PET and all other types of bottles. The products are manufactured by our company in a manner compliant with all pertinent and current good manufacturing practices by the United States Food and Drug Administration. All of our suppliers use GMP facilities. But let's say they're talking about the
I don't know what none of this shit is. Holy, what is any of this?
drink itself. Here's where their argument really falls apart. Pay attention.
But according to the testing done by one of the lawyers for the plaintiff,
Whoa! Hold it. You saw Goodman or Walter White, brother, because this little study that was conducted by a lawyer is absolute bullshit. They're claiming that Prime has 0.06 ppt, parts per trillion. But that's interesting because the EPA says that anything under 1.1 ppt cannot be deemed as reasonably accurate, meaning they don't have the right tools or resources to even prove what they're claiming. Are you following this? It means the detection limit is 66 times more than what they're claiming we have in our drink. And that's just the detection limit. Your own state will not even take action unless it's over 40 parts per trillion. So we don't even think this information is factual, but for the sake of this conversation, let's continue.
in one Prime Hydration drink, they found 3 times the amount of PFOs that you should consume in drinking water in your life.
We have a very big multi-million-dollar filter that filters the water from the state. Water you drink at home, water provided by the state before we make it into Prime. If this claim about PFOs and PFAs is true, what is that saying about your state water? Then, according to their website, the Environmental Protection Agency's recommendation is using one of 3 tactics to remove as many PFOS and PFAS as possible. Activated carbon, ion exchange treatment, and reverse osmosis. Well, we do 2 out of the
Again, this is too much.
3 of those to clean the state's water before it even becomes Prime. We don't think these numbers are factual, and we're not the only one who caught this.
The level that was reportedly found was below the limit of detection, and if that even was the level, it is still 66 times lower than the recently established federal maximum contaminant level of 4 parts per trillion for PFOS.
For customer safety, we retain samples of every single batch of Prime that has ever come off the production line. So if/when this plaintiff wants to come forward with a production number, we will retain samples from that batch and conduct our own independent study. We're putting out better for you products. Meanwhile, our competitors are on the cusp of getting banned in the United States. The #1 sports drink in the world just had SKUs banned in California for using dyes linked to cancer. That is a fact.
People from California can't drink Gatorade? That's sad. Wow.
It already happened. The difference with us is one person conducted a random study and has provided 0 evidence to substantiate any of their claims. Do y'all remember a while back when they said that the FDA was investigating Prime? It never happened. They never called us because we follow every single guideline and regulation. So Tommy the TikTok lawyer, 4 videos in, man, farm those views, get those likes, and get a haircut while you're at it. We'll accept an apology within the next 48 hours. Otherwise, you're going to be representing yourself in a miserable courtroom for lying about our brand.
After seeing all of this, it really is no surprise that Prime has achieved such a terrible reputation on the internet. And day by day, week by week, month by month, things only continue to get worse and worse, as it seems like the stock is going to shit, the sales are absolutely abysmal, and stores are struggling to even get them off the shelves. So with that, let me know what you guys think about Prime in the comments down below. By the way, guys, I'm also going to start doing Instagram shoutouts at the end of each of my videos, along with the Spotify and YouTube shoutouts of the day. So if you guys want to get
Instagram, no self promotes on the channel. No, I'm just playing. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. What is your opinions on Prime? Me personally, I've never had it, so I'm not even gonna like put my own opinion on it. I can't. But like, from the looks of it, I never liked what it looks like. I mean, I just never thought it would be good. And it's an energy drink. I don't really need that much energy. Like, I already have enough energy. I don't know what I'm saying. Just forget what I'm saying. But anyways, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all stay blessed.